From the beautiful campus of Casper College, it's time to dive into the world of Casper College athletics with another episode of the Casper College Coaches Show. Now, here's your host, Tom Myler.
Hello, T-Bird fans, and guess what? I've got two awesome things to tell you. And I'm going to steal their thunder because I was going to let them do it, but I want to say it. First great thing, we got some Region 9 champions for the first time in school history of our men's soccer team. Finally, they became the bride, not just the bridesmaid. Well done, gentlemen. And guess what that means? So the second piece of good news?
Heading to Nationals.
There you go. Heading to the Nationals. And we already know what we're doing, but before we get to talking about pool play and Nationals, I want to talk about this Region 9 championship game because, man, it was competitive, it was hard fought, there was goals, there was skirling, there was all sorts of stuff going on. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was, we knew, Otero was 13th in the country. We had gone down there earlier in the year and tied them 0-0 in a really tough competitive game that was back and forth. So we knew that this final was going to be a tough matchup. You know, Coach Miller down there has got a really good group of guys, and he plays a unique style for soccer, and which is hard to play against. And so we knew it was going to be a tough one for us. We had to be organized and come out, and luckily the good guys won. They're good guys too, but we're really good guys.
We're a little biased, so yeah, I'll go with that.
We were able to pull off the win and went to penalty kicks, and we won in penalty kicks, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm just so happy for the guys.
Absolutely, yeah. It was watching that very physical matchup, was it not?
Yeah, bodies were flying all over the field. Big tackle after big tackle, big tackle. I thought the ref did a decent job controlling the game, but it was a physical battle, where both teams kind of knew, what was on the line, right? A championship, a banner, and then also a trip to nationals was on the line. And so it was definitely a physical battle, and our guys, rose to the occasion and got it done.
So let's start talking about Cole's goal. So we always talk about playing a 90-minute game and you got to limit mistakes. That was a huge mistake by Otero that Cole managed to capitalize on. I almost read the play. Oh, he's going back, takes it, unassisted, boom, goal. Great, but tell me about how you'd seen it live. How was it?
So, live is just one of those chances where you see the striker has the ball in front of the net, and it's one of those things where it's like you know that's an easy chance to mess up, right? So just hats off to Cole for being clinical, one of those words we've been saying in the coaches show, and just slotting the chance. So, but we think that we got the chance from our press. When we press and we're good at pressing, it's devastating. And so I think Issa was slid over during the play. We lose it, we win it back, go forward, lose it, press them. And I think one of their players even pointed hey, pass it there. And Cole said he saw it out of the corner of his eyes and just read it perfectly. Picked it off, perfect through ball for him, and slotted it home. So, but he got the chance from our press.
The organization,
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That guy picked his head up and didn't have any options, right? Their guy picked his head up and didn't have any options, and his teammate says, hey, just play it back to the keeper. You can see him on the video. He points, play it back there. And Cole, like I said, Cole read that perfect, jumped on it, finishes, puts us up 1-0 early in the game.
Yeah, I believe in the 7th minute, correct?
I think it was 11.
11th minute. Yeah. So, you get that early goal, and, it's exciting because you're up now, but also you've got to play. You got to know that they're trying to score as much as possible. 80 more minutes, yeah. Mm-hmm. So how do the players react to that? How do you as coaches play with, hey, we're up, we need to keep this lead and hopefully keep being aggressive? How do you play with that rest of the 80 minutes?
Yeah, I think we challenged the guys before the game. They've got Otero had the center forward, number 9, who'd scored 13 or 14 goals for him. And then after him, the next highest player had only scored 3. And so we just challenged Kota and Show, listen, if they're going to beat us, let's make somebody beat us that's not used to being that type of goal scorer, right? And somebody that's not used to doing that. And so we challenged Kota and Show, our 2 center backs, from Japan, who've had unbelievable sophomore years for us. Good things are coming for them in their future for sure. But those 2 manhandled number 9, right? They shut him down. And so, we were able to eliminate number 9 from the game. I don't think he had any shots. He wasn't dangerous. He did earn a foul or 2, but our guys were able to be physical with him, not let him get the ball, not let him run in behind. So once we eliminated him, then after that it's okay, well, can the rest of our midfielders, defend, and can our outside backs defend and things like that. And so, yeah, long stretches of the game, we were under pressure defending. But then what that means is we have space to run in behind. right? And so Cole scores the great goal, and then he had another opportunity later in the game to put us up 2-0, and their keeper made a big save. In fact, it was their backup keeper made a really big save on Cole that would have put us up 2-0. That probably would have ended the game for us. Cole, the keeper, makes a big save on Cole in that second one, and then they score kind of late in the game. What was it, 79th
minute, I believe.
Yeah.
79th minute, so 11 minutes left in the game. They score on a free kick, right? So it's a set piece play, right? So they get a free kick, they whip it in the box. It's a good service, and then their number 5, he's a good player. He's a center midfielder for Otero. He jumps up, heads it in, in the middle of the box, and so it was a nice goal that Otero scored back on us. And so we knew right then, like, hey, game on, we gotta go again. What was it, 2 minutes later? 2 minutes later, we had another chance, right? So 2 minutes later, we have another opportunity to win it. And again, their keeper makes a big save to keep the game 1-1. And then you could tell as the game went on that the fitness levels became a factor. And I thought our guys were more fit than Otero. And so Otero had numerous guys cramping up, the last 10 minutes and into overtime. And our guys just kept going. So I think fitness was a factor. And, our guys, they've been fit all year, and that helped us win the game. Or get to penalty kicks and then win the game. So
well, and I mean the stats show it of just you should have won that game. You had more corners, I believe. You definitely had more shots on goal. It did look like in the second half though that Otero definitely was pressuring you a lot, and you were playing very defensive. But I mean, allowing only one goal, and like you said, it was a fantastic goal. That would have been really hard to defend, and it was just perfectly placed. That was just really hard. So, but going to PKs. You have to go, I believe, 6 total. So
it ends up being 6, yeah.
Hugo gets a great save on the second person. Pumps up everyone. I believe it was Yuto then that his shot gets blocked.
It was Hubert. So we went 4 for 4. Yeah, so our first 4 kickers all made it, and then Hubert had one saved. And then our 6th kicker was Linus, freshman from Germany. He buries his, and then that sets Hugo up to make his second save, right? Yep. So we just told Hugo, before the PK shootout, I said, listen, Hugo, choose your spot. And then you got to go hard. You got to put 100% effort into the dive and the effort, right? Choose which side you're going to, and then just make sure you go hard. And same thing, we tell the PK takers, choose your spot and then slam it, right? Like decide in your head where you want the ball to go, and then put the ball down and slam it in the corner and move on. And 5 out of 6 guys made it. Hugo, read 2 right, makes a big save, and goalies love that, right? Like oftentimes the game, like how many times this year we talk about the Cole or the forwards that score. Yuto scores goals. Yuto scores the game winner against Northwest. So we talk about the guys that score goals to win games. It was very cool for Hugo to make the save to get the win, right? So
I'm just hoping he didn't get hurt from that dog pile from that big save. Goodness, you could hear the big skirl from all of them, and it was just amazing. Oh yeah, it was great, and I was pumped. Everyone else was pumped. And I believe, didn't you have a fan section down there that drove down?
We did. Yeah, we had a bunch of students show up down there. Res Life from Casper College, took a bus down there, and so we had a lot of fans down there. Paul Marvel made it down, and President Devine made it down. So we had a great crowd. A lot of fans and parents were able to make it down. And so yeah, we had a really nice crowd down there. And Otero, their home fans are crazy, and they get after it. And so it was a big crowd. It was a really fun atmosphere for the guys to play in.
It felt like a final for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's got to be a great feeling. But yeah, Region 9 champs, we love it. It was a great game. It showed. And then now we waited. So yesterday was the seeding. We come out. We're seeded 12th, which it sounds like we
expected that. Yeah.
So for our fans here, kind of explain a little bit more about how Nationals is set up. It's a little bit different than most tournaments that we're used to.
So what they've done is at the national tournament, 12 teams make the tournament. We're the 12 seed, and so they have 4 pods of 3. Right, so there's 4 groups of 3, so 3 teams in each group, so you're guaranteed 2 games. And so we play Arizona Western, they're the 1 seed. We play them on Sunday, and then we turn around and play LSUE on Monday, and those are our 2 games that are guaranteed at the national tournament. So then each one of those 4 groups, there's the 3 teams. The winner of each one of those groups, they make it out, and then they play in the semifinal. 2 in the semifinal, and then the winner of those games obviously then play in the final. So it's a week-long event. And so that's kind of how it works. There are no ties, and so every game goes to overtime and then PKs. And so there has to be a winner. So if you win in PKs, like we did against Otero, that gets your 3 points for a win. So obviously, if you win 2 games in pool play, you're going to move on, right? There is an opportunity where if you beat a team and then lose to the other team, and then that team beats the first team, then it goes to goal differential. And, so there's an opportunity there if you go 1-1 to still move on to the semifinal. But goals matter. Goals for, goals against matter, and obviously 3 points to win. So it should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, I don't know if we've really, I mean, obviously Arizona Western being seeded number 1 is going to be a good team, but looking at Arizona Western, LSU, Eunice, what are you kind of expecting out of those teams? Obviously it's going to be tough games, but what are you expecting?
I mean, Arizona Western has been ranked number 1, I think, for the past 5 or 6 weeks here.
Okay.
We have a little experience playing them last year, the first game of the season down in Vegas with the boys. Fun game. We ended up losing 2-1, but we battled with them and feel like we understand kind of how they want to play. They want to play a couple of different ways on offense and then defensively make sure we do our job. LSUE, we don't know too much about them, but they've typically been a winning program, so we know that they're going to be good, and it's a national tournament, so the quality just goes up and up from there. So there's not going to be an easy opponent, so we're just going to have to find ways to press them, how we like to press, and then go on the attack and be confident and make a statement at nationals. That's the goal.
Make it fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. As you said in our conversation yesterday, Giants will fall.
Giants, at some point, Giants got to fall.
Yeah.
Arizona Western hasn't lost. They haven't lost since last year in the national championship game.
Wow.
Right, so they lost last year in the national championship game. So they started this year preseason ranked number 2, and then Monroe was ranked number 1. Monroe lost a couple weeks ago, and that's when Arizona Western slid into that 1 spot. So they're 15. I think they're 15-0-3 right now.
Wow.
And so they got 3 ties and 15 wins on the season. So they haven't lost since last year in the national championship game. Like I said, we played them last year, and they're very good. They beat us last year 2-1, first game of the season down in Vegas. And obviously, we got a new group of guys here now than compared to last year. But but we do have those returners, right? We have those returners that remember that game from last year, remember how physical it was, remember the level of that game. So we're looking forward to going to nationals and giving our best effort.
Yeah, we're all excited for you, rooting for you, and in fact, we're rooting for you so much that T-Bird fans, just so you know, this Sunday when they play their first game at 9 o'clock, the T-Bird Nest, we will be having a watch party, so that way you can watch the live stream live, supporting our men's soccer team, because although you guys will be in Kansas, I believe.
We'll be in Kansas, yep.
And you might not be able to make it all the way to Kansas. I know I won't be able to. I'll be definitely there at that watch party supporting them and having a good time. And it should be fun.
9 o'clock, T-Bird Nest.
9 o'clock, T-Bird Nest. And have you seen the facilities at Kansas? It's supposed to look nice or what?
Yeah, it's a nice complex. Yeah, nice complex. There's a bunch of different fields there. And so the women's nationals are going on as well at the same time. And so there's, I can't remember, I think there's 8 fields at this complex.
Wow.
And they're all turf, and they're all real nice. And so we're excited. Our guys play well on turf, so we're okay with that, and should be fun.
I love it. And maybe we'll have Friday morning at 7 o'clock. Maybe we can get our great Paul Marble over there playing his bagpipes, getting a big scroll out for you.
He's always welcome. Look, Paul, if you want to come play bagpipes for us, as when we leave 7 a.m. on Friday, go for it. That'd be awesome.
And if you want to wear the kilt, extra bonus points to you. We love it. All right,
we'll send you this link.
Yes, we will. All right, T-Bird fans, thank you very much, and let's root for our T-Birds.
Thank you.